So in the last class, we had a discussion about how the UI actions will work. Today we will discuss about how the ACLs will work. The ACLs is the most important thing will be the ACL. So ACL is nothing but access control list. Access control list is nothing but I hope you are able to see my screen, right? Yeah, very good. So access control list is nothing but access control list. The service no entire complete access will be controlled by the this access control list. So basically in the real time you never get an opportunity to write an ACL since they already ACLs already written, but you just need to modify that also very rare occasion. So but if you know the knowledge that's good. So if you want to modify ACL, the user should have security underscore admin role and he need to user needs to privilege needs to privilege it. So then only this ACLs will work. The main common used ACLs is write, read. So for example, if we have created an Narayana table, if the user want to access, what happened? We will provide the Narayana table access. For example, if you are a only user, if you want to create ACL, we can create a record. If you have only the read the record, you can read the record. Or if you want to only what we can say read the record, you can read the record. Or if you want to only modify the record, modify the record. If you want to delete the record, you can delete the record. Now I can see if you want to write an any ACL or any other thing will be see here elevate security underscore admin. So in the roles, whenever we have seen, while you are creating a role, for example, if I open a role, see, this is the elevate privilege. If you filter out all the elevate privileges, what happened? I'm so sorry. See, very less roles whereas the elevate privilege. If you want to, we have to do the elevate privileges. So that is the advantage when you go on. Now I'm just opening the Narayana. So Narayana here. Here I'm just going to check this one. Configure. Here we have option called security rules. These are all security rules, and these are all the ACLs which is already created. And see, there are two types of ACLs. So the ACLs which is a table level, which is a field level. So what we can do is what you called what I can say. There are two types of ACL. That means if you want to, we can what you call. If you want to, you need a complete access on the table. Uh, you need access on the table level or field level. So that means, see, there are already written. So now what I am going to do is I'm just going to open a create ACL just for our understanding. So if I open a create ACL, so you underscore Narayana is was. So who can create it? So I'm just going to open this one. See, right now this is the create ACL. So this is table dot none. If I have a none, so which will allows the user to table dot none, which gives the complete field access to the user. So I will tell you later table dot none, table dot star, what is this one, we'll discuss with an example. But table dot none is a row level which allows the access the records. And see here, the required roles is the user is this one in the sense u underscore Narayana. This is the one. Now what happened? I'm just saying that this is the, if the user has u underscore uh, so if the user has the same role, what we will do is so for example, if the user has a u underscore Narayana, then only he has to do the first thing. So, for example, if you take the ACL execution order, so for example, we have a lot of things. The ACL, so the ACL execution order, the first condition would be true. The next one, if you are returning script, script should be true. This is the interview question. That means script should be evaluate true. Must evaluate true. Here the script also, script must evaluate, script must evaluate true. And third one is a user must have roles. User must have one of the roles which is given. And next one, fourth one is then user should have, user must have row level and field level ACL. Row means sorry, table and field level access evaluate to. So what happened is, for example, here, so this is the basic scenario. Whenever if you write a something on that one, it should be the same thing. The first one, the condition. For example, here we can write a condition that we can do it. Or here, for example, I can make a state is AP, something like you can write it. If that condition or else the script. So if you want, you can click on advanced. You can write a say script. The user must have, so user is a be a part of the group. I will show you this an example. And later, if both this is the one, and third one, user must have roles. Here, if you want to, we can give a multiple roles here. That also we can do it. Now, user must have table level and field level access. Both he should have. This is the ACL execution order. Now, we'll see how it is working. Now, I'm just going to the user profiles. So, this able tutor, the able tutor. So, for able tutor, I'm just adding one. So, able tutor, I'm just adding the role called u underscore Narayana. and save it. So now, so what happened? The able tutor has the access this one. Now, if I impersonate it as able tutor, let's see what happens. So able tutor. So now this is the Narayana. If I open this one, you can able to he can able to create a record. For example, I'm just making test record. Test for create ACL. My God, yes, there is some rules was working. That's okay. So, so we have created able tutor record from that one. Now, what I am going to do is I'm just going to end impersonation. Here, what I am going to right now, I am just adding this one as a ITIL role. For example, so I'm sorry, I don't think it is not working. So every time if you represent, we need to elevate the role. Just reload it. So for here, I know it was ITL role. What I am going to do is sorry, Narayana role. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to giving as a ITIL role. So this one now again I'm just going to impersonate as able tutor and let's see what happens. So Narayana, see the new record creation is not available since this user doesn't have a ITIL access. See, but he can modify the record, he can update the record, he can delete the record also. Now I want to user to restrict the update the record. So you have seen right. If the user have ITL Narayana role, then only he can able to create the record. Sorry, ITL role, then only he can create the record. Now the next step is I'm just going to closing this up. Here the user can delete the record. See if you click on delete, so we cannot allow the user to delete the record. I'm sorry, the screen got stuck. What happened? Oh, sorry, my screen got stuck. Pawan, can you able to hear me? Yeah. I think now screen got stuck. Now what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm just going to the end impersonation. Now again, we can elevate the role. Here we can do it, and I'm just going to the Narayana. So Narayana. So for the Narayana, what we can do is. So for Narayana, what we are going to do is, which is going to open the security rules. So this ACLs, whenever you create, it will automatically create it. Now the read is fine. Now the next step is read. If you give read, it will work. Now I'm just going to write ACL. So if I go with the right ACL, so this is the Narayana table. So here, what happened for the right ACL also, I am just going to deleting and I am adding the role called IDIL. This is the right ACL. Now I am just going to impersonate as a able tutor again, and let's see how it will works. So earlier we have the option to modify the record. If I open this one, see, this is completely blank. Blank in the sense you can run. And here also you can see the user have the option to delete the record. So now it's a very dangerous. Now we just want to check whether the user doesn't have the delete the record. Now again elevate the rules. So if you go to impersonation, you need to elevate the rules for the security purpose. Now I'm sorry. So here if I open, so right click, configure security rules. Now we need to check the delete ACL. See if I open this delete ACL. See, for the delete ACL, what we are going to do is we are just going to, I'm sorry. Now this one. Now again, I'm just going to impersonate as a able tutor. Let's see how it's work. Narayana, and I open. See, earlier you have an option to delete the record. Now it has been reduced. It reduced in the sense it has been removed. It. So that's the thing, we can use the same thing for it. Now the next step, like that, if you want to read it, you can do it. And if I am going to remove, so here the user is again elevate the privileges. So every time you impersonate, you need to elevate the privileges again and again. So here this is the one, and the user can modify the record from the list. So what we are going to do is we are just going to, just this is the one. Now I'm just going to create a new one. User should not modify in the list one. Here the operations, there is a lot of operations is there. Create, read, write, the list, edit, and table. I'm just going to ITIL. If you want to restrict the user from the list edit, we can use the IT list underscore edit ACL. Now I'm just going to apply, save. Now again, I'm just going to impersonate able tutor. So Narayana, if you want to, you can modify it from here. It doesn't showing any value. See, you cannot modify since you didn't have the permission to do the same thing. So like that we can create a multiple things. So till now what, like that we can create a multiple ACLs. This one we can create a multiple things. So if I open this one, so I think we have here, right? So next step, if you want to create a, here I'm just going to, if you want to restrict that one to what you called for that report also, we have an ACL called report view or reporter. This report view can restrict the user to see the report underscore on to check the one, or if we want to user to, for example I'm just showing, okay, let me impersonate as a abel tutor. Let's, we have an option. See, from here, if I open this personalized list, he can modify it. The personalized list is nothing but, so if you modify the personalized list, that should be visible to you. It should not visible to any other particular user for the same thing. That's all. Now, if you see, I'm just adding here the father name here, address, and the state, and this one. So here now I can able to change the order. Later, I'm just going to end the impression, end the impersonation, and again I'm just going to elevate the role. This ACLs is a very very sensitive part in the service now. Now, now see again I'm just going to elevate the privileges. We have already elevated. Now just reload this. Oh sorry, I'm just creating a new ACL, which is a, I need to restrict the user from the personalized choices. Now here, see, now again I'm just impersonating as a well tutor. Let's see how it is work. See, if I open, still it is reading. Oh my god, I think what you have created. Let's check. I think we did a mistake. Now, see, I think we have did a mistake. So let's save this one. Okay, my god. Let's go to the elevate impersonator. Now, I think the role is not added. I think personalized choice we don't mind. So I think you cannot record some ACL is restricting something in the backend. That's okay. We know it to do. But if you want to do the same thing and this edit task relation is nothing but what are the in the related list we can do it, and CA relations CA one that we no need, and save as template is nothing but, so if you want to save that record as a template, so we can use the same thing. But right now we are not using. Add to list is nothing but if you want to add any related list, we can add the same thing. But the main thing was read, write, delete, and create ACL, report on, and reporting. These are the main things. One till now what we have seen the ACLs which are doing in the table level. Now what happened? I just want to restrict a field. For example, if I open this Narayana, this what is sense a hostel fee, for example. Okay, so this hostel fee should be visible to one particular user. Oh, now what I can write it now. So if I impersonate it as able tutor, this for an example I'm saying. So here I think right now the user has the ordinary not has the ACL details, so he has a read ACL. So now what I am going to do is I'm just going to giving the complete table read access. So now I'm just going to the ACLs again. We need to elevate the privilege. Yes, we have elevated. Next one is the U underscore Narayana right here. So here right, uh, that's fine. So the user has the right ACL, and I'm just giving as a U underscore Narayana. So what happened? Right now I have done the, if you want to user edit the record, it should have Narayana record. So now again I'm just going to impersonate it as a user, able tutor and checking. So now Narayana, see here we can able to one. Now what happened? This hostel fee should be visible to only the particular, no, hostel fee should be visible, but it should modified by the one. See, he can is able to modify it before something, and he can save the record now. But now I need to restrict the record for the same thing. Now I'm just going to ending the impersonation. Now, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to restrict it, create a new ACL, which is a right now till now we have seen it at a table level. Now I'm just going to write here the table is we need to select the table Narayana, Narayana, and the field is hostel fee. So the role is it should have ITIL role. Or if you want to write it state is AP also you can write it. For example, and state is I'm just writing a condition. State is Andhra Pradesh, and I'm just going to save this one. Narayana and save this one. Now, so what we have written a ACL to read the hostel fee, the user should have ITL role, and he should have be part of it. Now, let's impersonate as a one. Able tutor, Narayana. See, the hostel fee here is coming as a visible, but you cannot modify the record here. That means whatever we have done it, we cannot modify the same thing for it. So for this means the read ACL and write ACL, we can write a field level, so that one. And also I want to restrict, for example, this hostel field for a particular user. You can go over an impersonation. Again, we have to do the same thing. That means the hostel checkbox should be visible to ITL user. Should can read. That means it has to visible. But right now one. So again, we have to do the elevate the privileges again. Now, now again open it. Uh, Here I'm just right read ACL, and the table is Narayana hostel fee here, and here I'm just writing IT here. That means if you want to read means you want to read it. That means if you want to user should visible this field, he must have ITIL role for this, for the hostel fee table. Oh my god, I have given the hostel fee. No, no, I'm not giving the hostel fee since it is a different one. Okay, see, let's see. Wait, let's see how it's work. Again, I'm just impersonating as Abel. Now, the Narayana, open this one. See, see, if I give as a still that field is not visible here. So, which means, see, that field also is not visible to you. We have to do the same thing. That means since the user doesn't have any problem, doesn't have any, what we can say, the user doesn't have the access for the field, so that you cannot modify, or you cannot do any other thing for the same thing. So this is the basic thing how we can execute in the table level. This is a very ACL is a very sensitive part. And one, till now what we have seen how we can restrict a by using the rule. Now what we have to write a ACL script. ACL script is nothing but, so for example you want to show a particular field with the particular so for example, I want to write an ACL for the one particular group. If you want to do it, right click, elevate the privileges again, save, and one. So we can write here, go to the Narayana. For example, I'm just going to the group. I'm just going to security groups. And also one more thing. So here I'm just modify this one. For example, the user should have application development. Then only he has to be part of the group. So I'm just going here. This is the group society. Now what I can read to restrict here. So for that we can write a we can write it. Now what I am going to do is I'm just going to the Narayana table. So here no master fee, no this one, no Narayana. That's okay. Duplicate. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I triggered a business issue. So here I'm just making a one feed read, which is a Narayana. Create an incident. Here I'm not writing any rule and just clicking on a user, and here where. So what we have to do is we need to write a script that one. Now I'm just making if. So what we have not gs dot get user. Gs dot get user will fetch the current logged in user, and after that dot is member of. Is member of is nothing but if he is a member of any specific group, and you can write the script, what is the sysid of it, you can write it, and you can. Now what happened if that is a fine, what you have to do is you can answer as a true. That means answer equal to true, else answer equal to false. So that means if you want to read this create an incident, the user must have be part of this group. So now I'm just going to saving this one and see how it's working, whether the able tutor is be part of this group or not. So if I open this able tutor, he is, let's check whether he is a part of the application development group or not. So right now he is not a be a part of that group. And again the same concept, I'm just going to impersonating the user, go to the able tutor, and opening the Narayana record. See, create an incident button should not visible here. Now what I am going to do is I'm just going to end the impersonation. Now I'm just marking this able tutor be part of the application developer group something. So I'm just, what are the group we have given? Say this one. Now, if I impersonate as a user, Narayana, if I open the tests the same record, see, what is this button is not visible. Do you have any restriction for that field? Let's check. Okay, this is fine. And what was the group we have given? No, no, no. I'm just checking. Application development. That's fine. I open this ACL. I'm just checking the script. I think this is a fine. GS dot get user will fetch that record, and what was the SysID we have given? Okay, I think maybe I can check this one script and I can tell you later on this one. Till now you understood, right? How it is working. That's good. So this is the how the ACL will work for the same thing. So note down the task for it for today. So create an ACL. So which you already create a custom table, and an ITL user should have complete access of the table, and ITL admin has the delete of the record. Deletion of the record should have only the ITL admin, and take a 4 to 5 particular fields. Those particular fields should be added to the few things only. Should be usable to the few users only. Yes, read only, write, and all things should be used to the very particular fields only. Okay, so this is the uh, basic thing. You can do the same thing here. Okay, just check for the roles and do how can you create a read all the things. Okay, you got it, or I hope you understood, or any confusion.